Magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga sports fans. Ako po si Carlo Pamintuan and welcome to the 38th episode ng SEAG Live, ang internet sports talk show na hatid sa atin ng SEAG Network, ang tahanan ng atletang Pilipino. Again, this is our 38th show already at para ngayong gabi, nandito na kasama natin si Miss Apple David.
Good evening, Carlo. Namiss ka namin dito sa SEAG Live. At syempre, good evening din sa lahat ng ating mga viewers. Happy 38th episode. Grabe. Nagsa-celebrate pa tayo dito na parang monthsary. Pero ito, para kumpletuhin ang ating trio, isama na natin ang ating resident analyst at partner natin dito sa SEAG Live na si Dadine Quinito Henson. Good evening, Dadine.
Maraming salamat and good evening, Apple. Good evening din, Carlo. Naku, puno-puno na naman tayo. Marami tayong pag-uusapan. Fully loaded ang episode na to. Pag-uusapan natin, naku, co-ed softball. Ano kaya yun? Pwedeng isang team, may babae, may lalaki. Pag-uusapan natin yan. But before that, we've got athletics. And then, of course, we'll have to talk about the PBA on tour and Gilas. Loaded po tayo. Stay with us.
Tama ka dyan, Dadine. At syempre, loaded din tayo ng papremyo, Carlo and Dadine. Hindi mawawala yung ating mga trivia questions na may kasamang prizes. So, very quickly, I will run down our mechanics. Meron po tayong 4 na trivia question. Magkakaroon tayo ng 2 winners ng 500 pesos GCash. And then, dalawa ulit for the second trivia question, tig 500 pesos GCash. And then, for the third trivia question naman, 2 mananalo ng tig 1,000 pesos GCash. And for the grand trivia question, 1 winner of 5,000 pesos. Ano nga bang kailangan gawin? Nako, bago yan, itong social media pages natin, siguraduhin niyo pong naka-follow kayo para manatiling updated. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on TikTok. Now, for our trivia question, kailangan po naka-like and follow kayo sa SEAG Network and sa ating mga social media pages na pinakita natin kanina. Dapat meron kayong follower badge and then sharer badge sa pamamagitan ng pag-share po ng ating episode teaser na nakapin sa ating Facebook profile. And finally, yung answer nyo, tamang sagot with our hashtag for tonight. Huwag po kayo malilito ha. The hashtag for tonight is SEAG Live Episode 38. At kung ready na kayo at qualified na kayo sa lahat ng ating requirements, narito na po ang ating first trivia question. Anong rank sa Philippine Navy ni Clinton Kingsley Bautista after niya makapagtapos? Nako, ano kayang kasagutan dyan? Well, eto na. Pag-uusapan na natin na agad-agad yan dahil sa ating unang talakayan kasama natin ang ating national athlete na si Clinton Kingsley Bautista nga po para pag-usapan ang tagumpay ng Philippine National Athletics Team sa nakaraang Cambodia 2023 SEA Games at ang kakatapos lang na 2023 Taiwan Open Athletics Championship. Good evening sa'yo, Clinton.
Good evening po, ma'am.
Clinton, maraming salamat na samahan mo kami dito sa 38th episode. Kumusta ka ngayon? Nasaan ka? May mga pinaghahandaan ka ba na future competitions? Yun yung munang itatanong namin sa'yo.
Sa ngayon po, meron po yung paparating po na Asian Championship na gaganapin po sa Bangkok, Thailand. So, right sa ngayon, naghahanda po kami para doon.
So, ito, tuloy-tuloy nga itong tournament na nabanggit natin, yung SEA Games sa Cambodia, and then yung sa Taiwan din na competition. Gusto ko muna tanungin sa'yo as a whole, pag-usapan natin yung 32nd SEA Games, 22 medals in total yung nauuwi nung ating Philippine National Athletics Team. Ano bang masasabi mo dun sa performance as a whole nung buong delegation natin for athletics?
So far, maganda yung nilaro ng team namin sa SEA Games kasi marami pong mga nag-break ng records tulad ng 4x4 men, tapos mixed relay. So yung mga achievement na yun po yung mga malaking bagay na din na maygapan natin sa kumbaga hindi lang yung may taas yung medal, siyempre yung mga pangarap din ng mga kasama nating atleta na ma-break yung mga record at may sama yung pangalan sa history. Yun po.
Pa-follow, sisingit
Clinton.
ako ng follow-up question.
Yeah, okay.
Bago si Dean. Dean, and ito, pag-usapan naman natin your specific performance. Unfortunately, konti na lang sana makaka-podium finish na tayo. But what exactly happened in that tournament that you participated in?
Kasi after ng SEA Games Vietnam, nag-decide na akong mag-training for my basic military training sa Navy. So, 6 months ako, may quarantine pa kasi yun eh. So, 6 months yung buong training ng military training ko. So, nag-graduate ako February 28 na. So, yung paghahanda ko medyo maiksi na. Hindi na, kumbaga pinilit na lang talaga namin na at least makapaglaro pa rin at mag-represent pa rin ng... Kasi syempre, tayo yung binabantayan din nila kasi tayo din yung nag-gold nung last year. So, kahit ayaw ko sana maglaro pinilit na lang din ako ng coach ko kasi syempre iba din yung nandun ka, may presence ka pa rin doon. So, yun yung nag-push na lang din sa akin na maglaro pa rin.
And nabanggit mo na yung Philippine Navy, Clinton. Ano nga ba yung rank mo sa Philippine Navy after mo magtapos? Bago ka tanungin na din. Ako, ready na maraming tanong yan sa'yo.
Sa ngayon po, ang rank ko po ngayon is Apprentice Seaman sa Navy po.
Marami.
Congratulations, Clinton.
Congrats.
Thank you po.
Ako naman, excited akong tanungin si Clinton. Clinton, 4 ang gold medals natin sa Southeast Asian Games. E.G. Obiena, Eric Ray, si Ubas, tapos yung ating 4x4. Tapos yung 4x400 relay natin. No? So, kumusta naman ang samahan ninyo? Yung total delegation ng athletics. May bago na tayong leader sa Patafa, si Mr. Terry Capistrano. Pero yung samahan ninyo, kayo ba very close-knit? Pagte-training, sama-sama ba kayo? Tapos yung pagdating ni EJ Obiena, nakabigay ba ng inspirasyon si EJ sa inyong lahat?
Una-una po yung banding po ng team is magakan po. Kumbaga very close po kami sa lahat. Kasi kahit na yung mga US base namin na kasamahan, lagi naman po kami may mga communication. So hindi na kumbaga pag dumadating sila dito sa Pilipinas, parang hindi sila bago. So parang kumbaga napalayo lang sila ng training. Parang ganun lang. So tapos yun siyempre nandun pa si EJ na alam naman natin na Olympian. Laging kumbaga fully supported din sa team kahit na kumbaga kahit saglit lang siya doon, iba pa rin yung presence niya. Iba pa rin yung kumbaga yun yung mga ikikwento siya about sa mga World Championship, yung mga ibang competition, kung paano kami makakasali dun sa mga ganong competition. So, lagi namin pinag-uusapan yung mga, kasi siyempre hindi din natin masasabi kung anytime, baka mamaya nandun na din kami sa kung saan siya naglalaro. So, yun.
Siyempre, pagdadasal natin na lahat kayo, di ba, maabot yung mga ganyang klaseng competition. Clinton, tanong ko lang, no, yung mga challenges nung SEA Games, alam natin, ibang klase yung init sa Cambodia, no? Nakaka-drain talaga yung init. Were there any more challenges na kinailangan yung i-overcome para makapaglaro ng maayos pa rin in the SEA Games?
So far naman, yun lang naman yung kumbaga yung mga issue, yung init. Kasi lalo kami, exposed kami sa arawan talaga. So, yun lagi pinapaalala ng mga coaches na mag-hydrate kami lagi para maiwasan namin yung cramps, mga yan, yung mga possible na mangyari sa amin sa fatigue, yung fatigue. So, yun, hindi naman kami kumbaga lagi kami pinapaalalanan na mag-hydrate para maiwasan yung mga.
Habol?
O naman, right after the SEA Games in Cambodia, lumipad kayo sa Taiwan para sa Open Athletics Championships, kung saan naman ang Pilipinas ay nakapanalo ng 2 gold, 2 silver, at 1 bronze. Care of you! So, ano na naman ang pakiramdam doon? May pressure ba na after missing the podium nung sa Cambodia, kailangan makabawi ka at makapanalo ka nito sa next competition, which was the Taiwan Open Athletics Championships?
Yes. Yung competition sa Taipei po kasi, medyo mataas-taas po yun, kumbaga sa competition sa SEA Games. So, talagang pinulso ko din na mapasama doon dahil yung kalaban ko doon is top, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, nasa top 30 plus yun sa world eh. Yung nag-gold. So, world ranking number 30 plus siya. So, siyempre, yung opportunity na makalaro mo yung mga ganong player, malaking bagay na yun. Na mabuboost yung moral mo, makikita mo kung nasaan ka na. Tapos, kung ano pa yung mga kulang mo. So, malaking bagay yung competition na yun sa akin.
Dean, you have more questions?
Yes, Clinton, gusto ko lang malaman, isa sa mga competition mo sa decathlon, nakakuha ka ng bagong national record sa 110 meters hurdles, no?
Okay.
Ano ba nangyari doon at ikaw na nakakuha ng record na yon at saan nangyari yon?
Yung record ko po, na-establish ko siya nung SEA Games Vietnam. SEA Games Vietnam.
So, noong 2021, nung nanalo ka ng gold medal sa SEA Games. Yeah.
Opo.
Okay, so
ako lang.
Yun.
Yeah.
So hanggang yun, nasa iyo pa yung record. At hopefully, Clinton, sa darating na SEA Games or maybe sa Asian Games na darating this year, ma-landing ka naman sa podium finish because that's something that we're all looking forward to. At alam natin, kaya mo yan.
Opo. Sa ngayon po, yun na po yung talagang goal namin kasi kumbaga kailangan talaga namin magtaas ng standard na hindi lang tayo pang SEA Games, kailangan natin Asian Games din o kaya mas higher pa. So hindi lang tayo nag-stay sa SEA Games lang.
Clinton, ako, one final question from me, Clinton. Sabi mo nga, no, apprentice seaman ka na sa Navy and syempre ikaw gusto mo pa rin ituloy yung iyong karera bilang atleta. Ngayon, paano mo pinaplanong balansehin, no, yung pagiging apprentice seaman at saka syempre yung oras na kailangan para mag-training ka for those bigger competitions na gusto mong maabot?
So yun din po kasi maganda sa AFP tapos under ka ng national team kasi may kumbaga parehas silang under ng government. So merong memorandum na once na nabigyan ka na ng detachment from service, so ang magiging full-time ka na athlete. So yung kumbaga ang duty mo is mag-training lang ng mag-training. Yun po.
So maganda 'yon, 'di ba? Meron ka ng isang karera pa bilang apprentice seaman pero pinapayagan ka pa rin to train full time. So we're looking forward to your competitions at kung saan ka namin makikita. I know that you will be extra inspired to perform even harder kasi syempre nakikita mo na maganda yung naidudulot ng training, yung mahirap mong tinetrain in your career. Apple?
Carlo, Apple, meron sana akong pahabol para kay Clinton. Very curious ako, Clinton, no, kung pwede lang, no? Yung pangalan mo, Clinton Kingsley Bautista. Saan ang galing yung Kingsley at saka yung pangalan mong Clinton? Kaiba naman yun.
Kasi sabi ng mama ko, nung pinanganak ako, saktong-saktong naging president si
Bill Clinton
sa US. Opo. So, doon sinunod yung pangalan ko. Tapos yung Kingsley, pangalan ng papa ko po yun.
Okay. So, ang papa mo, Amerikano, anong lahi niya?
African po.
Galing Nigeria, ganon?
Ghana po, Ghana.
Ghana, okay.
Opo.
So, naintindihan na natin kung saan nanggaling yung pangalan nito.
Maganda pa tayo.
Dapat.
So, Kingston, bilang panapos na lang, any message sa lahat ng ating mga viewers at sa lahat ng mga Pilipinong sumuporta, hindi lang from the Philippines, even yung mga nagpupunta sa iba't ibang bansa sa mga competitions?
Sa mga manonood po natin na sana wag po kayo magsawa na sumuporta, lalong-lalo na po sa mga atletang Pilipino kasi malaking bagay po yung na nandyan kayo. Hindi lang, kung maski hindi namin kayo nakikita, basta makita namin yung buong suporta ninyo.
Alright. Again, maraming salamat sa iyo, Clinton. And congratulations sa tagumpay at sa mga patuloy pang magiging tagumpay ng ating National Athletics team. Again, thank you very much sa iyong pagpapaunlak sa amin dito sa SEAG Live.
Thank you,
po.
Clinton.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Best of luck.
Thank you po.
At ngayon naman, balikan natin yung trivia question natin kasi malinaw ang naging kasagutan dyan. So, our first trivia question na we ask kung anong rank sa Philippine Navy ni Clinton Kingsley Bautista after niya makapag-post. At ang kasagutan ay apprentice seaman. So, mamaya i-reveal natin sino nga ba ang nakatamang sagot. Pero para naman sa ating second trivia question na dalawa ulit ang mananalo ng tig 500 pesos GCash. Here is the question. Alin pang dalawang bansa ang kasama ng Pilipinas ang nag-qualify sa Co-Ed Slow Pitch Softball World Cup? Nako, ano nga ba yan? Mamaya, mapag-uusapan yan. But again, I'd like to remind you of our mechanics for the trivia question. Para maging valid winner, kailangan po may follower badge, like and follow ng ating SEAG Network social media pages, sharer badge by sharing our episode teaser, and finally, don't forget our official hashtag SEAG Live Episode 38. Kasama po ang tamang sagot. Yan po ang ating mga social media pages. Make sure to follow and like. Ngayon, bago tayo magpatuloy for our next topic, ito muna po ang ating SEAG Sports Bit. Let us see what is in store for us this June dito sa SEAG Network. Panoorin po natin ito.
Whether they win, whether they lose, we'll all be there. Those athletes are fighting, they're sacrificing for our country and for all of us, our countrymen.
And continue to visit itong tahanan ng atletang Pilipino dahil dito sa SEAG Live at sa SEAG Network, tahanan nyo rin ito.
Yung qualifying na yon talagang sobrang mahalaga sa amin. Although hindi namin nakuha yung first goal namin, yung podium finish, pumasok pa rin kami sa Final Four, ng top 4 ng Asia, and at the same time, na-qualified nga kami sa World Cup stages.
My favorite athlete of all time, for sure, is my dad, the Skywalker, Samboy Lim. He's been my inspiration ever since, and until now, he's the reason why I'm doing this. Thanks for joining me here. Again, this is Jamie Lim, and this is Sporty Time.
This will be jam-packed with a lot of sporting activities.
We're off to a blazing start, so much ahead of last week. So many things happening almost at the same time in sports, as you said.
Ang dami mga sporting events, and it's just so exciting.
Unang-una sa lahat, gusto kong balikan kung saan ako nagsimula. Ito yung pinakaunang organization na sa tingin ko, sobrang lapit sa puso ko. Wala akong hinihinging kapalit. Hindi ako hinihingi ng sweldo or whatsoever. Lahat to, bigay lahat. Galing sa puso ko talaga.
This is the kind of program that really we try to be as best as we can for you, the sports fan.
Patuloy namin ikikwento ang istorya at mga pinagdadaanan at mga karanasan ng ating mga atletang Pilipino.
We will always be hopeful, we will always be supportive, and we will always be proud of our athletes.
Hindi nawawala yung effort ng atletang Pilipino, magpakita ng gilas, magpakita ng husay at tapang sa larangan ng sports saan man sa mundo.
Suportahan po natin ang ating mga atletang Pilipino.
Alam nila that we only talk about the best in sports.
Siyempre, ang kasama rin natin ay yung pamimigay natin ng mga papremyo.
Everything is coming in full swing. We're just so overjoyed that sports is going to be a very, very big role in our enjoyment in 2023.
Lalong mabibuild yung excitement natin sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa mundo ng sports, yung mga competitions na international, and even our leagues here. Ayan, napakarami talagang aabangan dito sa SEAG Network. Sana namarkahan nyo lahat ang inyong kalendaryo sa ating magiging schedule. Pero ito na po, to be familiar with another sport, ang co-ed slow pitch softball, makakasama natin the Philippine National Co-ed so pitch softball team na si Ms. Cheska Altomonte, the Secretary General of the Amateur Softball Association of the Philippines. Pati na rin si Coach Ana Maria Santiago of the Philippine National Co-ed Slow Pitch Softball National Team. Good evening po sa inyo at maraming salamat for joining us dito sa SEAG Live.
Thank you for having us.
Good evening, Cheska. Good evening, Coach Ana. Again, first of all, kami po dito sa SEAG Live, we will admit that we are not very familiar with what co-ed slow pitch softball is. So I guess we need to start that discussion. Cheska, how about a brief explainer of what this sport is all about for us and our viewers as well?
Okay, in the most simplest terms, so slow pitch is almost the same as fast pitch softball. Other than the way the ball is pitched to the batter. So it's pitched, tossed rather, between 6 to 12 feet in height, and the batters hit it from there. So co-ed slow pitch is actually a mixed team. There are 10 people on the field instead of 9, and it's 5 men, 5 women on the field.
All right. Thank you for that very quick explainer. Coach Ana, can you just let us in on how the formation of this team went through, di ba? Parang alam natin, marami tayong magagaling na softball players, including Cheska, of course, who has been with the Philippine team for the longest time. Pero paano po nabuo yung ating kupunan, and when did the possibility of playing in Thailand open up?
Yes, actually, when Cheska informed me about yung ako na yung magiging head coach ng co-ed slow pitch. Actually, this is my first time to coach slow pitch team. And first time ko din syempre na mag-handle na may boys sa team. So at first syempre nag-a-adjust, inaral ko yung rules because may mga differences din kasi sa mga rules, and yun yung preparations namin. Kumuha ko ng player from the Blue Girls and from the Blue Boys, and yung iba yung outside, yung mga usual na naglalaro na sa slow pitch. Then we combine it, nag-training kami, and I think naging maganda naman yung preparations namin kasi naging maganda naman yung result.
Kung naman magtatanong, I think this question is for Cheska. Cheska, in that competition in Pattaya, Thailand, Chinese Taipei talaga yung nagpahirap sa ating koponan. What was the most challenging part about going up against Chinese Taipei? Saan ba pinaka nahirapan sa kanila?
Well, okay, so this is actually the first co-ed slow pitch Asia Cup and World Cup officially by our international federation. So, Philippines, like, we do have slow pitch leagues, but it's very casual. Chinese Taipei, they have professional athletes that actually play slow pitch that are paid a lot of money. Also China as well, actually. They do play in professional leagues. So again, even in fast pitch, Chinese Taipei is known to be a powerhouse. So they're very supported in the sport, and it's always a challenge to play them.
Dean?
Okay naman, Cheska, in that championship in Pattaya, we played Chinese Taipei twice. We beat China, and we went to the finals. But my question to you is, in splitting the team for 5 men and 5 women, what about the pitcher? Can the pitcher be a male? Can the pitcher be a female? What is the preference?
Okay, so the rule is that if you have a male pitcher, you have to have a female catcher. You can have a female pitcher, but then you have a male catcher. So, well, the reason why you have male pitchers, we put up male pitchers is because they're more experienced. They actually play slow pitch more. There are men's slow pitch leagues. And when you're coming up against really big players who are hitting slow pitch balls, meaning they hit it with power, it's good to have someone strong that's close to the plate, right? So it's the male athlete usually. And they also wear like a full gear sometimes, like a helmet at the pitcher's plate.
Ako naman, a follow-up question if I may. Cheska, again, you came out of sort of retirement to play for the national team. Being also the Secretary General of the Amateur Softball Association of the Philippines, how difficult was it to become a player again and also having that responsibility? Plus, playing with your brother Dino. I understand he was also on the team. Cheska.
Yes. Well, coming out of retirement, it was hard. But again, Coach Anna is now our head coach, and she asked me to come back, and I would do anything for the team, and if that's her call and decision, then I'm just gonna have to agree with it. So I'm working hard, to do everything I can to get ready. This was a good, I think, first tournament back into playing. So it's not gonna be anything long term. It's gonna be very short term. It was very fun playing with my brother Dino. He did play for the baseball team, and he was actually the key player that got us that win against China. He hit the home run to tie the game, and then we eventually won in that same inning. So that was a lot of fun. It was a core memory, I think.
And to beat China, that is certainly a big deal, no, Cheska. Coach Anna, ako naman, I just want to understand more the experience of coaching, because you've been an institution in softball. You played in 1995, and then you became the team's head coach, talking about the Adamson Lady Falcons. You've dominated the field. But what is it like? Parang gaano kaiba po yung having men in the squad now? Was it a very different experience for you, and how did you adjust to it?
Yeah, actually at first, may konti akong hesitation to handle the slow pitch team nung inasakin ni Cheska, kasi nga I don't have any experience na mag-handle ng men's player. Pero it's a challenge, and I think nag-adjust ako, and at the same time, tingin ko naman because the way kung paano ako i-respect ng mga male players namin, I think naging maganda naman yung pag-handle ko sa kanila, and a little bit of adjustment kasi mas emotional kasi ang babae compared sa lalaki, and the way kung paano kasi ako mag-handle ng team, kasi yung paano ko i-handle lalo na ang mga player na babae, kasi pag sila kinakausap ko, it's usually talagang yung meeting namin talagang medyo sometimes emotional, and sometimes yung mga binibigay kong advices, and I'm happy and proud na even yung mga men's, pag nag-meeting kami, talagang nakikinig din sila, and tingin ko naman na-appreciate naman nila kung paano ko sila hinandle.
May tanong din ako kay Coach Anna. Coach Anna, kahit pa natalo tayo sa Chinese Taipei dun sa finals, we still qualified for the inaugural World Cup Co-ed Slow Pitch Softball na gaganapin sa Mexico this year, together with Chinese Taipei, and again, the Philippines and China. Yan, tatlong teams na nag-qualify yan sa World Cup. Ano bang pakiramdam to be able to represent our country in this inaugural World Cup? And ano ba yung expectations natin?
Yeah, syempre, no? Sobrang saya namin kasi ito nga yung first Co-ed Asia Cup Slow Pitch natin, and first time natin na mag-participate, and lucky for us na na-qualify tayo for the world. And syempre, tanggap namin na pagdating sa world, ibang level na siya. So yung mga lapses and mga kulang pa namin dito sa Asia Cup, I think isa yan sa mga pagpaplanuhan namin, yung pagpe-prepare ng team. Kasi gusto namin na pumunta sa World Cup na competitive. Ayaw namin na pumunta lang doon kasi na-qualify lang kami. Na-qualify kami because gusto namin ipakita na dapat kami doon. And ang tingin sa atin sa Pilipinas, talagang hindi isang team na madaling talunin.
Meron lang akong isisingit, no, Coach Ana. very intriguing itong concept na co-ed. Of course, sa tennis, meron tayong mixed doubles. So you have events where you have a male and a female getting together and playing together. But in the team concept, like ito, no, sa slow pitch softball, you have 5 men and 5 women. Do you see that this is going to be a trend in future sports? Will there be other sports that will encourage this kind of mixed yung female at saka male? And what sports kaya in the team setting can do something like this?
Actually, merong isang team ngayon na team sport na ganyan din ang setup na mix men and women. I think the baseball 5, tama ba, Chess? Men and women din sila pagka nagalaro. So I think bukod doon, siguro magiging maganda naman siya and very encouraging kasi syempre pinagsama mo sa isang team ng babae at lalaki, no? So yung differences, yung paano i-work out is a challenge for both. So I think magiging maganda siya. So hopefully mas dumami pa. Pero as of now, kasi ang alam ko ngayon, yung baseball 5, almost same siya ng yung mix ng babae at lalaki.
Carlo, Apple, blooming romance yun if you get men and women together playing team sports.
Well, Dean, actually, even in the Olympic level, may mixed team event na, no? Sa judo naman, we actually give out Olympic medals in judo in terms of having mixed athletes joining in one team. Pero just going back to the World Cup conversation, Coach Ana, what are the plans? Ano po yung mga pagdadaanan yung training? Will you try to play as many games as you can with different teams from all over the world just to prepare yourself for the upcoming World Cup?
Yeah, at first, etong Asia Cup, syempre meron tayong mga natutunan dyan and nakita natin kung ano pa yung lacking ng team. And we talk about it like magkakaroon kami ng tinatawag namin na invitational tryouts, yung mga pwede naming idagdag to reinforce the team. And para mas mapalakas namin siya kasi sabi ko nga gusto namin na pumunta kami sa World Cup na maging competitive, hindi lang dahil na-qualify kami. And at the same time, yung mga plans, yung mga trainings namin, yes, magkakaroon kami ng mga series of tune-up games against dito sa mga local team na nandito sa atin sa Pilipinas. So, isa yan sa mga plans namin. At first, bubuin muna namin talaga yung pinaka-team na ipapadala namin sa World Cup.
Paul, you have more questions?
Wala na akong question. And ako, sana narinig ng viewers natin yung sagot kanina kung ano ba yung 2 other countries na nag-qualify. Pero kung hindi, again, that's Chinese Taipei and China together with our country, the Philippines. So ako, I guess, I'm gonna ask for final message. And of course, any pag-iimbita na lang din sa ating mga viewers sa mga susunod na tournaments na sasalihan ng ating national team for the co-ed slow pitch softball. Cheska?
Yeah, so actually we do want to thank the sponsors who supported us in the last tournament. So Cebuana, Delimondo, and AirAsia, thank you very much, and Sarabia Optical and Z-Force Security. So other than that, hopefully everyone also supports our fast pitch teams. So again, we're just one NSA. So the women's and the men's team also have tournaments coming up. And a lot of the same players also will be playing for the Slow Pitch World Cup tournament. So thank you for the support.
Coach Ana, kayo po.
Yeah, thank you sa mga sponsors namin. Nung umalis kami papuntang Thailand to compete, salamat sa inyong paniniwala. And hopefully, sa darating na aming World Cup sa Mexico, sana suportahan niyo uli kami, AirAsia, Delimundo, Cebuana Luwilier, and of course, yung aming president, si John Henry Luwilier. Salamat po sa walang sawang suporta. And at the same time, yung mga kaibigan natin sa media, nang dahil sa inyo, na ipopromote namin ang aming sports. And at the same time, nagkakaroon ng awareness ang ating mga kababayan. And nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat rin ng mga sumusuporta sa buong Pilipinas. Ang laban na ito ay hindi lang para sa amin, kundi sa buong bayan. And please continue to support din ang ating past speech. Meron kami sa next month na World Cup stages before our Asian Games. And salamat sa Cebuano Luwilier uli sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa Blue Girls. And makakaasa kayo na we will try our best para masuklian namin yung pagtitiwala nyo sa amin. At gagawin namin ang lahat ng makakaya namin para maiangat ang level ng aming sports sa ibang bansa.
Maraming salamat, Cheska. Maraming salamat, Coach Ana. Thank you for the interview and for the education as well, as we know more about your sport through this interview. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sana naman bagong sport ang natutunan natin. And
guys, I'm so intrigued because of this concept, no? You have a lot of sports like badminton, squash, na meron silang mixed events, but never at a large scale, like 10 players on the field at one time. Na 5 men, 5 women. This is so intriguing. I'm wondering if this can be applied to basketball. Hindi yata pwede, no?
Volleyball?
Baka pwedeng 3x3 basketball muna, Din. Baka pwedeng 3x3 basketball muna. May mix muna tayo.
Sana mas-cover pa natin yung mga games nila para makikita talaga natin yung dynamics nung laro.
Yeah. At saka yung paggamit nila ng term na co-ed. We've heard of the term mixed. We've seen that in tennis and badminton, etc. But yung term na co-ed, when you have all these athletes on the field playing at the same time, that's really intriguing and very interesting. I think it might be a trend in the future, but you have to choose what kind of sport. And sabi nga kanina, no, they have certain restrictions, because if you have a female pitcher, dapat male catcher. If you have a male pitcher, dapat female catcher. Yung mga ganon na nuances that make for a more balanced competition when you have men and women.
But at least we have another new sport kung saan pwedeng lumaban, pwedeng pumalag ang Filipino in the world stage.
Galing.
Okay, so now it's time to reveal the answer to our second trivia question kung saan tinanong natin kung ano nga ba yung dalawa pang bansa ang kasama ng Pilipinas na nag-qualify sa co-ed slow pitch softball World Cup. And the answer is Chinese Taipei at ang China. Mangyayari nga po ang World Cup na yan sa Mexico this year. So let's make sure to support our national team. So ito na, third trivia question na muna tayo before we move on to the next topic. Ang katanungan naman natin ay, sinong head coach ang nanalo ng first head coach challenge sa 2023 PBA on Tour? Bago kayo sumagot, again, dapat may follower badge, may sharer badge, and huwag niyo pong kalimutan ang ating hashtag SIGLive episode 38. So bago po natin na ipakilala ang ating susunod na panauhin dito sa SIGLive, follow niyo yung social media pages natin. At ngayon, mas kilalanin muna natin ang anak ni Skywalker Samboy Lim na si Jamie Lim, na isang international multi-medalist karateka. Let's watch her story on Spotify or Sportify.
Hi, this is Jamie Lim and this is Sportify. My favorite athlete of all time, for sure, is my dad, the Skywalker Samboy Lim. He's been my inspiration ever since, and until now, he's the reason why I'm doing this. My celebrity crush is maybe Steph Curry, because I also admire him so much as an athlete, and ang galing niya. My favorite workout music is Eminem. As long as it's Eminem, I feel like it's a good workout for me. My favorite food, can I say a lot? Sushi, burgers, pancakes, pad thai. Wala, too many. But I would say any Japanese food. My favorite movie is Lion King. I loved it since I was a kid and until now. Favorite vacation place is Boracay because I love the Philippines and the beach is amazing. It's the best in the world. Oh, naku, ang hirap. My best teacher would be my smile because I smile all the time and I think that it brightens my mood and I hope na it's contagious. Oh, that is so difficult. If not karate, maybe I would say fencing because it's kind of similar. So I think that I could imagine myself in fencing. Thanks for joining me here. Again, this is Jamie Lim and this is Sportify.
Was Sportify with Jamie Lim. Now, let's move on to the sport. We all love basketball naman po ang pag-uusapan natin at para talakayin ng ongoing PBA on tour. Kasama po natin ang ating PBA Deputy Commissioner, Sir Eric Castro. Good evening and as always, maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak ng aming imbitasyon.
Good evening, everyone. Apple, Carlo, Sir Kinito, Sir Butch, good evening.
Nakikita mo kasi ni Depcom si Sir Butch sa Zoom interview. Makakasama po natin mamaya si Sir Butch ng SBP. But Depcom, again, we thank you for joining us. Mukhang nasa office ka pa, Depcom, ah.
Yes, sir.
Ginabi dyan. Depcom, gusto ko lang pong tanong, no? We've had a handful of PBA on tour games. How happy have you been with the reception ng ating mga PBA fans? Kasi napupuntahan natin sila, no? Kung naasan sila, we're not playing in the usual venues ng regular PBA season. And now we are actually approaching the fans a little bit more. Your thoughts on this?
Well, last June 4, Sunday, we had our 15th game. So we've been playing in Inares, Pasig. We played in Baliwag, Bulacan last Saturday. Then we played in Antipolo. And then we'll be playing in Batangas City, Dumaguete City, and Tiaong, Quezon. So far, right now, I'm sure fans are thinking na yung, well, right now, ang topic is Coaches Challenge. Itong PBA on tour, naging magandang trial natin dito sa ating mga proposal changes.
Depcom, since nabanggit nyo na po yung Coaches Challenge natin, i-segue ko na po yung trivia question na sino po ba yung head coach na unang nanalo ng Coaches Challenge dito sa ating PBA on tour?
Coach Frankie Lim last 21 in Caloocan.
So Coach Frankie.
First game yun ang on tour natin.
First game, yes.
And
Depcom, pwede naman. Yes, Apple, sorry. Go ahead.
Unahan ko na si Dadine. Very quickly lang po na ano po ba yung goal natin for doing this PBA on tour? How did we come up with the idea of having this tournament?
Actually, it was Commissioner Willie Marshall's idea to have this PBA on tour. As we all know, we'll have our PBA draft by September. So it's a big opportunity for all the hopefuls, the applicants, to show their skills, show their talent. And then at the same time, as we all know, we're giving we will only play 2 conferences for the upcoming 48 season. So to give way for the World Cup, that's why Comili decided to have this PBA on tour also.
Dean?
Ako excited na akong tanungin si Depcom kanya almost na-preempt kita, Apple. Pero okay, Depcom, my first question is, meron na ba tayong running tally as to the head coach challenges? How many successful, how many unsuccessful?
Well, yesterday we had a meeting with my technical group, si Bong, Joey, and Junior. So right now we have 9 unsuccessful challenge and 8 successful challenge. So total of 17 calls per challenge for since Sunday.
Okay, Depcom, in those 8 successful challenges, nasabon ba ang mga referee na tumawag ng mali?
Well, you covered the last game, the San Miguel Ginebra game. There was really a bad call of referee Mariano, the traveling call. So, yeah. Tama ka, nasabon sila.
But I think on a very positive note, Depcom, this head coach challenge will have very, very good effects because especially on the on-tour series, the referees can also learn from their mistakes that these mistakes will not be repeated when the regular season begins. So mukhang okay naman. But just looking forward, Depcom, do you think with the amount of time that is being afforded for these head coach challenges, and also if it's unsuccessful, you take away a timeout, which means less time for television to come out with ads. In the coming season, do you think we will still have this setup na head coach challenge one per half, or will it be down to just one per game, or will it disappear completely?
Well, it's up for discussion right now. Kausap ko lang si Com Willie a while ago, nangamusta siya mga games ng PBA on tour. So I mentioned that I'm sure TV will really request to limit it to one coaches challenge na lang, so per game, per team. So we'll see kasi it will really affect alam naman natin yung commercial, etc. for the team. But well, to add right now, we're thankful also for this PBA on tour because it gives us an opportunity to i-try itong coaches challenge. So again, nasa trial basis siya, medyo rocky start tayo right now, but we welcome it kasi nga yung transparency ang magandang nangyayari right now eh. So we can explain if tama ang tawag, mali ang tawag.
Depcom, ako, my favorite thing about the Coaches Challenge now is it also empowers the referees. Kasi pag umaangal yung coach, sabihin ng referee, Coach, may Coaches Challenge ka pa? Pwede mo namang sunugin kung tingin mo mali talaga yung tawag ko, di ba? It balances the discussion, so to say. But Coach, Depcom, another interesting facet of PBA on Tour is yung pinayagan natin na makapaglaro with PBA jerseys and PBA games, yung mga hindi pa nadadraft. No, napakalaking bagay nito because we're seeing some of the younger players, some of the 3x3 players go with their 5-on-5 teams as well. Dahil nga tinanggal na natin yung requirement dun sa PBA D-League. Depcom, ano na ba? Sarado na ba yung pinto in terms of the lineups ng mga teams, or can they give opportunities to players that they might see or they might want to include in the latter games of PBA on Tour?
Well, Carlo, before I answer that, let me lang yung sa D-League. Suspended lang yung prerequisite na mag-D-League sila.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, we'll have that requirement again for all applicants to play in the D-League. But again, to answer your question, right now, most of the players are contracted sa sa 3x3. So, ang UPC nila is right now, live contract sila with the 3x3. So, some of the players were just absorbed by the 5x5 mother team.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now, by July, we'll have the 3x3. So, ang nakikita ko ng magiging, well, it's not a problem, pero it will be very tiring for all the players who will be playing sa 3x3 on a Monday and Tuesday, and then they'll be playing
the Wednesday game.
Wednesday, Friday, Sunday game.
Well, that could be very challenging, but I'm sure fun dahil karamihan ng mga players dyan are the younger players, di ba, Depcom?
Yes, correct.
Apple?
Yes, ako, chance na lang for our Depcom to invite our fans and all our viewers to our PBA on tour games and the schedule na rin for this week for the games po.
Well, again, I would like to invite all the PBA fans. Ito pong PBA on tour ay para po sa inyo. Free entrance po ito. most of our games are being played in Inares Pasig. So we'll have a double-header game again tomorrow. TNT and Terra Firma, then San Miguel, rain or shine tomorrow. And then again, Friday and Sunday.
Alright.
One last question lang kung pwede. Carlo and Apple, ako excited ako pag on tour pinag-uusapan eh. Depcom, yung paglilitaw ng mga undrafted players like check that, no? Not undrafted, but players who have not yet applied for the draft. Like Kim Aurin, who did spectacularly for Ginebra in his first appearance, no? 18 points. Tapos si Dominic Fajardo, hindi pa nag-a-apply sa draft. Marami pa din mga players like Jolo Mendoza also has not applied the draft. Fran Yu, ganun din. At saka yung mga Sambeda boys playing for TNT, sina Hopia. Those guys are very likely to join the draft, no? How encouraging is it for now these players who have not yet applied for the draft to go through the 3x3 and use that as a springboard for them to apply for the draft and play in the 5-on-5 league? Depcom.
Well, in absence of the D-League requirement of before you apply for the draft, here's an opportunity for all the players to show their, again, their skills, their talent. And again, like what Carlo mentioned, masuot mo lang ang uniforme ng 12 PBA teams na naglalaro ng 5x5 is a great opportunity already. So I think it will be very helpful para sa kanilang confidence sa upcoming draft.
Thank you so much, Depcom. As much as we would want to keep you a little longer dahil ang dami namin gustong malaman tungkol sa PBA on Tour. 9:00 na po at kailangan nyo nang umalis sa PBA office. You need to go home, Depcom. We thank you once again for joining us here on SEAG Live.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
Thanks, Depcom.
Thank you.
So dahil dyan, aalamin na natin ang kasagutan sa ating third trivia question. Ang naging question natin is that, sinong head coach ang nanalo ng first head coach challenge sa 2023 PBA On Tour? The correct answer is si Coach Frankie Lim.
And let's roll the Warriors.
Yes. And now, para sa ating grand trivia question naman, listen very carefully. Here is the question. Isang winner po tayo dito ng 5,000 pesos GCash ha. Anong taon at saan ginanap ang FIBA World Cup na nanalo ang Pilipinas ng bronze medal? Naku, matinding research ang kailangan nyong gawin. Kung hindi, makinig mabuti sa next discussion natin. But again, have a follower badge, a sharer badge, and our hashtag SIGLive episode 38. And please do follow us on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Now, for our last SIG sports bit, panoorin muna natin ang basketball experience with Filipino KBL players na sila SJ Pilanghel at RJ Abarientos kasama ang mga young basketball aspirants. Let's watch this.
It's a one-time opportunity for us, and it's my first time actually in this event, and we hope that in the future there's more and more events like this, because everyone here in the Philippines is so excited to get to know more about other countries and especially Korea.
Sobrang thankful kami dahil ginawa niyo pang event na to para sa mga next generation and sa mga gusto din someday pumunta sa Korea especially. So sobrang blessed and thankful kami sa ginawa niyong event na to, and sana matuloy-tuloy pa at marami pang blessings na dumating sa inyo.
mabait po silang kalaro po. At madami po ako natutunan sa kanila. Maganda po yung event na ginawa po ngayon.
Yung nararamdaman ko po ngayon is sobrang saya po dahil po yung feeling ko po na ako po yung pinili ni Sir RJ na yung MVP of the team po niya na binigyan po ng sapatos. So sobrang saya po.
Nakaka-inspire na makita yung mga young generation players, mga future of Philippine basketball na dumayo dito at sana na-inspire namin sila. At the same time, marami kami natutunan sa kanila. So, masaya kami and super blessed.
Dati kami yung nandito sa event na to, kami nanonood sa mga idol namin. So kami naman, yung ganito pa rin feeling, yung makikita mo sila, mapapanood mo sila, makikita mo na talaga nag-enjoy sila kasama kami. So yeah, sobrang grateful and sobrang blessed kami na gano'n yung feel namin. Just do your things guys every day, focus lang kayo, lagi na kayo makinig sa mga parents nyo at sa mga mas nakakatanda sa inyo. Maging open kayo, maging estudyante kayo everyday na lagi nakikinig, gustong magkaroon ulit ng bagong skills. Galagaan yung katawan nyo, maging discipline kayo, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante. Get some sleep, get some good food, just keep hard working guys.
Just continue to support us guys because kami represent namin yung country and we know at the back of our minds, back of our hearts na para to sa inyo lahat. Yung mga trabaho namin, yung mga perseverance namin, mga hard work namin, yung mga sacrifices namin, hindi namin ito magagawa kapag wala kayo. So, continue to support us and we hope na we make you guys proud.
And that was ASC Now featuring our Pinoy Hoops ambassadors na sila SJ Belangel and RJ Abariantes. Now, it's time to talk about the journey to glory ng ating Gilas Pilipinas. At makakasama natin for that discussion, Gilas Pilipinas Team Manager, Sir Butch Antonio. Good evening po. Pasensya, overtime na tayo dito sa ating discussion.
Hello. Good evening. Apple. Good evening, Kinito. And Carlo.
Good evening, Boss Butch.
So,
alright.
Ayan, sisimulan ko na, Sir Butch. Kamusta po ba ang preparasyon ng ating Gilas Pilipinas? All set na po ba tayo for our training camps abroad? Gaano katagal ang training? Ilang players na po ba ang meron tayo?
Logistically, we're getting ready already. We start tomorrow. Yung practices natin, we start tomorrow at Meralco, at the Meralco gym. And as far as the camps are concerned, polishing na lang. We have a camp scheduled in Europe, in Estonia and Lithuania. And another camp, hindi man a camp, but we'll be joining a hoops tourney. That's what they call it in China, first week of August. And then siguro friendly games here and there. We're coordinating with the LOC, the local organizing committee, as far as schedules of incoming teams when they start coming in. And I'm sure some of the teams there, or if not all, most of the teams will want to have friendly games just to keep the edge.
Dean, I know you're loaded with questions. Fire away.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Gilas Team Manager Butch Antonio, my forever text mate, and many thanks for always answering my texts and sharing the information. I'm very grateful to Mr. Antonio for being so accessible. But okay, having said that, Mr. Butch, I just want to find out, you mentioned mga friendlies, no? What are some of the countries that we are expecting to play in Estonia and Lithuania and also in China?
Well, right now we have lined up in the Estonia-Lithuania leg will be the Estonia national team, Finland, And then we'll get a game against Latvia and a ball club in Lithuania. We might even play. We're trying to see, or the organizers trying to see if we can play even games against the 21 under team of Lithuania. We'll see. As far as China naman is concerned, we will have 3 games. No, we have Iran, Lebanon, and Senegal. No, I'm also mihirit pa ako dun sa organizer rin in China. If we can sneak in a game versus a South American team. Kahit, I'm sorry, it's raining hard. Can you hear the rain? Medyo maingay.
No, it's clear, Boss Butch, from our end.
Basta, even if we have to stay 1-2 extra days, if it's possible to get a game with a South American team.
Dean?
Mr. Butch, is the concept trying to find teams to play friendlies with? Is the idea to try to find out whether we can get teams that can simulate the kind of play that we can expect in the first round of the World Cup, meaning to say Italian style, Dominican Republic style, and Angolan style?
Well, yes, I think it's a combination of everything, Canito. No? The coaches, of course, the style, the continental style na lang. Let's call it continental style. You have the South American style, the European way, the African way, the Asian way. So, based dun sa make-up ng ating group, we have Dominican Republic, Italy, and Angola. So, you have 3 continents that we have to play. So, that's why we're trying to get a semblance of how they play. And more importantly also, during friendlies, it's also, keeping the players prepared, getting them prepared, trying to get that edge, trying to overcome whatever anxiousness or anxiety they may have, thinking that they'll be going up against teams that are bigger, stronger than them. It's also a way of trying to show, diba, if we do well, kaya pala natin eh. We can go toe to toe. So at least all these things build up to something. No, it's there's always a story to tell in whatever we do in Gilas. No, whether alam nyo naman si head coach Sotres natin, madrama yan. So everything that he does, there's a story, there's a purpose. Whether it's just to raise this hand up or a bigger picture of having the team together and build. Before you know it, there's chemistry na pala. Yung sasabihin, ganun pa yung mga style ni Choto, you just realize that there's chemistry going on in this team already. Gaganon din na lang niya, and so all these things are all part of it. And ako, I'm happy to be part of it, and then I'm happy to be able to help the coaches. Well, it's also because the coaches are the ones important here in trying to put things together and conceptualize the tactical, the technical aspect of the game, no? And that's I guess what we have envisioned, or what the coaches have planned for this next few weeks or months.
Thank you, Boss Butch. Again, of course, hosting the World Cup is a huge thing for the Philippines. The best na we've ever done in the World Cup is winning the bronze medal back in 1954 sa
Can I guess? I'll join.
Brazil.
So para ako na yung manalo sa prize.
Disqualified ka, Boss Butch. Disqualified. Again, 1954, bronze medal, nasa Brazil pa yon, na super long ago. But of course, as hosts, we want to send in the best team possible, diba? The strongest Philippine team that we've seen, to be able to give our fans a good show. Boss Butch, How many players are you estimating will travel with you to the European camp and is the list complete now? Have we gotten the questions of everyone?
We're working on a list of about 20 to 21 names, no? What is important to note here is there are players who are recovering from injuries, rehabbing themselves to back into shape, and then there are also players who might be able to join us at a later stage through this program, through the preparation, no? And maybe that's why it's so difficult to put a specific number right now. Kasi nga we'll know in the next couple of days also because injuries, it's malas lang ng konti, but these are the things we have to live with. But siguro for the Lithuania, I think maybe about 15, 16 players, and then we'll build up, Carlo, through July and August. It's not, I guess, no, it's not the most ideal, but it's challenging, but it's something that we are up to. We are up to the task, and hopefully things pan out well.
Ako, sisingit lang ako bago si Dadine. Sir Butch, ang tanong talaga, is it gonna be JB or JC? Pinag-uusapan pa rin ba to? Or have we decided? And is there a way to have both of them in the team? Kung nga naman magre-request na lang at mangangarap tayo.
Doon sa una mong tanong, Apple, hanging question na muna tayo dyan. That's for the coaches to decide. But of course, both JB and Jordan will be very much in the mix. We've been talking to the Clarkson camp. The Clarkson camp is excited to get things going, no? Yung isa mong tanong about ano nga yung second mo?
Pwede bang both?
Yung pwedeng both, I think it might be a little bit difficult because there are FIBA rules that are in place that sadly prevent us from having them both on the same squad at the same time.
Aabangan natin ang magiging final discussions or decisions when it comes to is it gonna be JB or JC? But Dean, go ahead with the rest of your questions.
Oh, just one last question, Sir Butch, and this is something that is a bit of good news for all Filipino basketball fans. Kanina nasabi na ni Carlo that it was in 1954 where the Philippines took the bronze medal in the World Cup in Rio de Janeiro. It was also that year when the greatest Filipino basketball player saw action. Kaloy Loizaga has been named to join and be inducted in the FIBA Hall of Fame that will happen 2 days before the opening. Sir Butch, what can you say about Loizaga's being named in the FIBA Hall of Fame?
Well, we're really proud. I'm very proud to know and Kaloy, the great Kaloy Loizaga is finally going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's Filipino. We'll have a Filipino there. I think meron naman ata na, but finally the greatest basketball player to ever play. I'm fortunate. I did not see him really play at his prime, but I saw him medyo slow na siya. Pero I'm lucky that I know the family, the good family from Chito, Joey, and of course I met Kaloy even before he visited our dugout one time during I think it was the FIBA Asia Cup, if I'm not mistaken, FIBA Asia Championship. So it's nice to see that we have our own great Kaloy Loizaga finally, and in the Hall of Fame, to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Pinaglaban po natin yan, no? Ng SBP through si MVP, si Sir Manny Pangilinan, si Sir Alpan Lilio, si Edie Sanibar. Everybody made a case and we lobbied. Kinito was the dean here was also instrumental in putting things together to help build the case for Kaloy-Loy Saga. So, masaya. It's talagang nakakataba ng puso at makes you proud. No? Makes you proud. And I hope our countrymen are as proud as us, I guess, as us here. And tama, it's really a bright note. And of the many bright notes to be in the forthcoming hosting of the World Cup in August and September.
Wala na, Dean? Dean? Baka may question pa si Dean.
Last pa, Dean.
So una ako, but thank you very much, Sir Butch. Always very enlightening, always very nice to be able to converse with Gilas team manager, Butch Antonio.
Thanks,
Butch. Everybody. Carlo!
Before we let you go, just invite our fans, of course, to, di ba, kung saan man kayo pupunta, panigurado may Pilipino, sigurado may mga pupunta to watch those tune-up games wherever we land.
Baka sa Lithuania, even in Lithuania, just a side story before we go, it's really funny because when at first we said baka walang Filipino community sa Lithuania, wala nga. But you know what, on practice, Filipinos went. We just saw Filipinos in the gym. Ano sila? They were seamen from a tanker that was docked in the one port in Lithuania, in Palaga, and then they just happened to go there. Talagang Pinoy kahit saan nandyan. But anyway, so I hope our viewers and our friends support not only Gilas but also the entire World Cup hosting of the Philippines. It's been almost 50 years since we last hosted in 1978. And sana po hindi lang Gilas ang supportahan nyo, pero syempre kailangan importante yon. But patronizing and watching the best of the best as far as world basketball is concerned will be here in our country. And sana po we see you at the games. And for those who can't make it to the games, watch on TV. We will be and cheer, no, and enjoy. It's gonna be basketball crazy. It's gonna be a basketball crazy atmosphere. It's gonna be basketball everything for the next so many days in August and September. Wala po tayong gagawin kung hindi gumising sa basketball, kumain ng basketball at matulog sa basketball. So sama-sama po tayo doon. Please support us and pray for the team. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Gilas Pilipinas team manager and Deputy Executive Director of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, Boss Butch Antonio. Boss Butch, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's wrap this up with our grand trivia question. Balikan lang natin, we ask kung anong taon at saan ginanap ang FIBA World Cup na nanalo ang Pilipinas ng bronze medal. The correct answer is 1954 sa Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So, the winners of our trivia questions, hintayin lamang po ang instructions kung paano makiklaim ang prizes. We will post the names of the winners on our social media pages. Kaya siguraduhin pong naka-like at naka-subscribe, naka-follow po kayo sa ating social media pages. And with that, congratulations sa lahat ng mga winners natin. Salamat sa mga nanood. Carlo?
Again, we thank everyone for watching 38th episode. Siyempre, ako, I'm filling in for Sir Seb Sarmenta. So, Dean, Apple, thank you very much for letting me join you again here in SEAG Live.
Ako, we love having you.
Thanks very much again, guys.
Si Sir Seb nasa Amerika. Substitute kami. Lagi ako nilalaglag kung saan ako nagte-travel. But Sir Seb, mag-iingat ka dyan and we look forward to having you back again. So, meron pa ba tayong parting messages or overtime na kasi tayo? Um, Sige, mabilis na lang. I guess ako, we love basketball, but we also love learning new sports, talking to other national athletes or mga atleta ng mga Pilipino. Kinikilala natin sila, inaalam natin ang kanilang storya. And again, we appreciate yung mga sports na napag-uusapan natin dito, and we hope to follow more stories and get to know more athletes as we support them in their respective journeys sa mga sporting tournaments nila. Dadin.
Well, ako naman, papasalamat ulit tayo sa men and women behind SEAG Live for providing this platform for us to talk about sports and to meet and greet and introduce you to a lot of our Filipino athletes. At marami tayong natutunan in this episode. Yung co-ed slow pitch softball, something very new to us. And it was great talking to both the coach and a player at the same time, the Secretary General of the Softball Association. Then we talked to our athletics bronze medalist in the recent Taiwan Open, just to be able to feel the vibe of the athletics team, which is, of course, led by EJ Obiena, our world-class pole vaulter. And then the topics on basketball. We learned a lot about the head coaching challenge and the objectives, the aspirations of the PBA on tour. And then, of course, si Mr. Butch Antonio, ang dami niyang sinabi sa atin tungkol sa Gilas. Short of saying kung sino yung mga nasa pool, because that's what we've been waiting for. But I understand that that announcement will be made sometime bukas. So let's wait for that. Again, thank you very much for watching and staying with us.
At dyan na po
on SEAG Live.
magtatapos itong 38th episode ng SEAG Live. And to all the sports fans, thank you for your continued support of our show and all of our national athletes. Maraming salamat po at lagi tayong tumutok dito sa SEAG Network, ang tahanan ng atletang Pilipino. Thank you again and good night.